So first we'll start off with some warm color for the sky and take that gradually into the water as well. As always, I'll spray some water and mix mostly yellow ochre and a bit of raw sienna in it. And it's a lot warmer towards the horizon, so I have added a bit of orange as well. Because they are all like pretty warm in color, so and as we move closer to the foreground, I'll add more pigment and a bit of blue as well, just to cool it down a bit. Bit more blue. So next step would be to put in these background buildings and stuff, but it needs to dry a bit before we move on to that. We've got a few wispy clouds over here, so I'll mix a bit of cobalt blue and hint of alizarin crimson. I think I've got too much there, so I'll add a bit of blue and a bit of a neutral tint as well. So I'll put in these clouds here. Next, I'll put in a few waves here. I'll be using the same color that I mixed for the clouds, neutral tint, cobalt blue, and a bit of alizarin crimson. So what I really want is a purple, a kind of a muted purple. So that's all. It doesn't matter how you mix it. It doesn't really matter at all. It's just I got used to mixing it using neutral tint and blue and alizarin crimson, but there could be thousands of ways of mixing it with the colors that you have. So it's all about making use of the colors that you have in your palette. That's it, and try to come up with the color that we want. So I'll put in this it's too dark. So I shouldn't have any broken edges here, so that's one thing So I'm not after a dry brush stroke here, so I'm aware of that. So once I put in the darker reflections here, this will just go, I mean, it'll become a bit obscure and look less prominent, but until then it'll look a bit odd, so that's all right. I'll just keep on going. And I'm making the shape smaller and smaller just to get a bit of illusion of depth. Yep, so that should be it. Okay, I'll dry this a bit more so that I can start painting the buildings in the background. Not even a hint of moisture, so I'm just going to start painting the buildings in the background. So I'm going to mix a bit of burnt umber with and I'll keep a mix of some purple, some cobalt blue and alizarin. So I'll keep mixing these two colors into each other as I paint the buildings. And I'll mix a bit of dark color, some neutral tint and burnt umber, and just put in those trees. They are quite dark in the background. But I don't want them to read as individual shapes. I want this whole thing to read as one shape. So and it's quite dark over here. Yeah, that's quite well. So next I'll move on to the boats. Before that, we've got kind of a reflection on the water for these buildings. I'll just put them in as well. So I'll move on to the boats. So I'll again mix a bit of blue and the warm colors as well. It's going to be the same colors throughout. It's not a painting with a lot of colors. It's just warm colors and with a bit of blue here and there. That's it. So I'll start with the boat at the back, this one. And I'll put in a few more boats there. Yep. So I think this needs to be a bit more darker than what I have put. So I'll put in some burnt umber. Next I'll start mixing some color for the reflection. So it's kind of got a bit of turquoise in it. So I'll start with the turquoise and add burnt umber and maybe a bit of blue as well. It's quite dark, so I need a lot of turquoise. I'll add a bit of neutral tint as well. And so this needs to be a bit more watery. It's not flowing enough for me, so add a bit of water and then try to get this shape. Yep, that looks good. And I paint this shape as well. And I'll dilute this color a bit. And add a few more lines. Dilute it a lot and add a few lines. Yep. So So I think that should be enough for the reflections. So I realized that this area looks a bit, how would I put it, a bit empty, but I'll leave it for the moment. I'll finish the rest of the painting and see whether I need to add anything here. So it's much lighter in the reference photo, but I need that dark shape there just to bring this forward. So and a few more masts at the back. One here, one maybe here. So this rope will have its own reflections as well. Very tiny, but you need to put it there. Yep. Few more details. And I'll use the same dark color to add the reflections for this board as well. And this one as well. So we're almost done. Just so we've got kind of a sailcloth here, and I thought of putting it in some color to add a bit of interest, so I'll use a bit of turquoise. It can't be too saturated. Yep, I think that's good. Looks good. Maybe add a bit of blue or something just to darken it a bit. Yep, looks good. And the area that I was worried about is this side, because it's looking a bit empty. So what I'll do, either I can put in another boat here, that is also an option. What else can I do? Oh, I'll just leave it like that. It's not that bad. Right. A few more stuff to make this part a bit more busy. And so what I'll do next is I'll dry this again. Okay, so now I have completely dried this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glaze a bit of warm color. Just a bit of yellow ochre. Around here. So the underlying wash is completely dry. So, and I'm painting this softly, not to disturb any of what I have put in earlier. Needs a bit more water. Before I finish off, I'll just I'm not entirely happy with this section of the painting, so need to clean it up a bit. What I'll do now is I'll remove the tape around the painting and see how it looks with the white border around it. So what I really wanted to capture in this painting is the warmth in the sky and the water, and we made use of the glazing technique to get this warmth after the painting has dried completely. So hope you enjoyed this demo. It's a quick one. Just give it a go and see how glazing can help you enhance your paintings. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in another demo. And please do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to be notified of future videos. Thank you.